constant K is induced between the plates of the capacitor, the charge on the capacitor will vary. So how it will vary? So it will be equal to Qi equal to Q into 1 minus 1 by K, where Q is the original charge in without any the dielectric introduced in between the plates of the capacitor, means just air. Then when the dielectric is introduced between the plates of the capacitor, then the charge changes to Qi, which is given by Q into 1 minus 1 by K. Okay. So next. So when the capacitance of a capacitor partially filled with the dielectric of thickness D. So when between the plates of the capacitor, if the place is filled with a dielectric partially, not completely, then in that case, the capacitance of such capacitor is given by this formula: C is equal to epsilon naught A by D minus T plus T by K, where A is the area of the plates, D is the distance between the plates of the capacitor, and T is the thickness of the dielectric medium which is introduced between the plates of the capacitor, and K is the dielectric constant of this particular dielectric. Hope you got it, students. We'll move on to the next slide. Yeah, so the force between the plates of the capacitor. Yeah, so the force between the plates of the capacitor. A minute. Okay, so capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Hope you are able to see this. C equal to epsilon naught A by D. So this you have already seen. So the capacitance of a cylindrical capacitor. So cylindrical capacitor means two concentric cylinders placed one inside another. If A is the radius of the inner cylinder and B is the radius of the outer cylinder, then the capacitance per unit length, means if you have to take the length of the cylinder as unit length, then the capacitance is given by 2 pi epsilon naught by ln, this is ln log to the base e of B by A. For any length, then here in the numerator you will have to include a term L. Okay, so for unit length it is given, so L is taken as unity here. For any other length, the numerator will be 2 pi epsilon naught L. Okay, sorry, sir, there was some mistake, some problem in that PPT. So now are you able to see? Just put a message in the chat section. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to see the slides? Okay, yeah. We'll continue. Okay, thank you.
ಓಕೆ, ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಹಂಗೆ?
Okay, so sorry once again for that inconvenience. Hope you are all able to listen to me. So we'll move on to the question answer session. See question number 1. Students, please read the question. a condenser of capacitance 50 millifarad is charged to 10 volts. The energy stored is. So here the capacitance is given and the voltage is given. So energy stored is asked. So it is a direct formula. So you can just calculate and tell me the answer. So energy of the condenser, the formula is, so energy of the condenser, there are three different formulas, right? So here we have to apply whichever is required. So it is half CV square. So half into C, 50 into 10 to the power of minus 6. It is micro actually, 50 microfarad. So 50 into 10 power minus 6, 10 volts, 10 into 10. So that is equal to 2.5 into 10 power minus 3 joule. So the correct option is B, 2.5 into 10 power minus 3 joules. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question. Hope you have noted down the steps and the answers. Yeah. So second question. So if the separation between the plates of the capacitor is 5 millimeter, then the area of the plate of a 3 farad parallel plate capacitor is. So read the question once. So the separation between the plates of the capacitor is given. Then the area of the plate of a 3 farad parallel plate capacitor means what is the thing which you are supposed to calculate is area. So the formula C equal to A epsilon naught by D. Here A is unknown, so you can substitute like this and rearrange. So A equal to 3 into 0.005, that is 0.015 by, so now epsilon naught value, this is a constant, you know, all of you know, 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12. Okay, so here this is the calculations you have to do. 0.015, you can take it as 15 into 10 power minus 3, and this 10 power minus 12 will become plus 12 by 8.85. Again, this you can simplify as 885 into 10 power minus 2 and move that minus 2 to the numerator. So it will be 15 by 885. It will be 1 by 59. Okay, or roughly you can take it as 1 by 60 and you can divide that 1 by 60. Then you can calculate it manually. You will get 1.64 into 10 to the power of 9 meters square. So the correct option is 1.64 into 10 to the power of 9 meters square. So please note down. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question. Yeah, question number 3. So read the question. Minimum number of 8 millifarad and 250 volts capacitors are used to make a combination of 16 millifarad and 1000 volts are. Means how many number of capacitors of this rating value of capacitance and the voltage rating should be used to get a value of 16 millifarad and 1000 volts. So how many number of capacitors? So what you have to do is first you take see the voltage rating values. See 250 volts voltage rating is there for each capacitor. To get 1000 volts, what we need 4 capacitors of 250. Okay, so see, to create 1000 volts we need to combine 4 capacitors in series. 4 capacitors of 250 volts in series. So then, what will be the equivalent capacitance in that case? See the diagram here, 4 capacitors we have connected in series. So then you calculate the equivalent capacitance of this 4 capacitors. All are of same value. So 8 micro by 4. So sorry, it is for micro, not milli. So 8 microfarad by 4. So that is equal to 2 microfarad. Means each line containing 4 capacitors will sum up to 2 microfarad. Okay. So one row gives 2 microfarad. One row of 4 capacitors. So now, how many such rows we need to get 16 micro? How many we need? So in order to obtain the capacity of 16 microfarad, 8 such rows of this combination. Okay. So 8 rows of this combination will be needed in parallel. Okay. So parallel, because here you know that the parallel combination of capacitors getting added up, right? So 2 microfarad, each of 2 microfarad, we take 8 rows, then it sums up to 16. So the answer is the number of 8 millifarad and 250 capacitors are used to make a combination. How many? 8 rows and every row 4 capacitors. So 32 is the answer. Okay. Sorry, that's not correct option A. It is 32 is the correct option. Okay, question number 4. So read the question. An insulated charged sphere of radius 5 centimeter has a potential of 10 volts at the surface. So the potential at the center will be. So now in the previous synopsis explanation I have told you, so for the charged sphere, okay, so radius 5 centimeter has a potential at the center, okay, a potential at the surface. Now what will be the potential at the center? Okay, so now you know that in the case of a hollow sphere, okay, potential at the surface is equal to potential at the center. So potential at the center will be same as 10 volts. Potential will be same as 10 volts. So the correct option is C. Hope you are noting down. So we'll move on to the next question. Question number 5. So read the question. Two materials having dielectric constants K1 and K2 are filled between two parallel plates of a capacitor, which is shown in the figure. See, like this, as shown in the figure. So the capacity of the capacitor is, so you are given the options here. So now you have to see how the capacitor is arranged here, how we need to calculate. So two materials having dielectric constants K1 and K2 are filled. See, these are the plates of the capacitor. See, this one and this one. Okay. So these are the plates of the capacitor. Okay. So this is one plate and this is the another plate of the capacitor. And here the dielectric medium is filled in this way. That means this will be one capacitor and this will be the another capacitor. Okay. So in that case, so I'll move on to the next slide. So you see the options here. Okay. See the solutions. So capacity of the first capacitor C equal to, see, epsilon naught A by D is for air medium. When the medium is replaced by a dielectric constant K, the capacitance is given by epsilon naught A K1 by D for the first capacitor. Similarly, for the second capacitor, C2 equal to epsilon naught A K2 by D. Now, how these two capacitors are connected? So, these capacitors are in parallel. So the way the dielectric medium is filled between the plates of the capacitor, so that makes it parallel combination. Okay, so parallel combination. Therefore, the equivalent capacitance C is equal to C1 plus C2. So epsilon naught A by D K1 plus K2. So in the given options, so it was correct option was D. So if you are noting down the students. So I'll move on to the next question. Okay. So read the question. Capacitors C1, C3, C4 and C5 have capacitance of 4 microfarad each, and C2 has a capacitance of 10 microfarad. The effective capacitance between the points P and Q. You are supposed to calculate. So now this circuit is, what kind of circuit it is? So it is nothing but a Wheatstone's bridge, right? So the combination forms a Wheatstone's bridge. Okay, yeah. So time is running. So you'll see why, because see the C1 and C4, C1 by C4 is equal to C5 by C3, right? Therefore, the central capacitor, that is C2, becomes ineffective. Therefore, the equivalent circuit, we can reduce the circuit like this between the points P and Q. The capacitors, two capacitors are in series. Again, these two capacitors are in series, and this is in parallel. The two series branches are in parallel. So now you calculate the capacitance, equivalent capacitance. So for the series combination, it will be C by 2. Okay, C by 2. Another one C by 2. Okay, 2 C by 2 and C by 2 are in series. So I mean parallel. So C by 2 plus C by 2 is equal to C. That means total capacitance is C, and total capacity C is equal to 4 microfarad. Okay, so that correct option is C. Okay, so now I'll close this session.